Welcome back to the Quiet Impact Podcast. I'm your host, Stephanie Oden. This is where introvert leaders and entrepreneurs can learn to amplify your presence, profit from your purpose, and lead without compromising your peace. And as I talk about wealth, I'm going to talk about it from a standpoint of a wealth that nobody can steal from you. And it begins in the quietest part of your mind. Joseph Murphy, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. He once said, your subconscious mind is the seat of your memory, your habits, and your emotion. And for introvert leaders and entrepreneurs like us, that's both a revelation and a responsibility. Because a lot of times the way we think about money and the way we think about success is possibly the invisible ceiling that we live under. It's possibly the box that we put ourselves in, and nobody else did that. Let's jump into today's episode, shall we? Welcome to the Quiet Impact Podcast, where we nurture the journey of introverts who desire to achieve greater levels of influence, income, and impact. The go-to podcast for introvert achievers just like you, seeking purpose-driven growth. I am your host, Stephanie Oden. Have you read this book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind? It's a lot. Notice mine says deluxe. No, I got sticky notes in here. It is a powerful book. And I want to share some insights with you this week on how these can impact us. Because one of the things that he actually says is your subconscious mind is the seat of habit, memory, and emotion. And for us, introvert entrepreneurs and leaders, that's both a responsibility and a revelation, because the way we think about money, success, and who we are, quite possibly is often an invisible ceiling that we live under. It's sometimes a box that we put ourselves in. And so I'm going to share with you things that I think will really be good for us to, as a reminder. We're not shy. We're not timid. We're not needing to be fixed. We're an introvert, and that is our superpower. Introverted AFF, absolutely fabulous and feisty. The first one is your thoughts shape your financial reality. Here's the truth. When I learned this concept of the subconscious running the game, it was a game changer. Your subconscious is very loyal. It doesn't argue, it just obeys. If you keep saying, oh, I'll never get ahead, your subconscious doesn't stop to ask, wait, are you sure about that? It builds your world to match your words. It builds your world to match your words. So if your mind is an architect and your beliefs are blueprints, ask yourself, what am I building by default? By default of my choice not to think differently. And not from a judgment standpoint, okay? It's more from an awareness and really thinking about, I am ahead. I am righteous. I am an overcomer. I am a thriver. I do have abundance. Even if it's not present in front of me, where is it? It is where it is right now, and it's on its way to me. Now, that's not sitting there and saying, well, I'm just going to sit here and eat bonbons while everything just comes to me. I'm not saying that, because you can't trick your mind like that anyway. But truly, when you grab a hold to what your subconscious is thinking and you feed it good stuff, it shapes your world. Even when crap is going on around you, I almost said a bad word, okay? Even when stuff is going on around you, your subconscious will find a way to find it good. So here's something you can do, because with each of these, I'm going to give you a practical tip. That's important to me, to give you practical tips. One of the things you can do in the morning is write one belief about money or success that you want to reinforce. Every morning, write it out. For example, my work creates a consistent, aligned income. My work matters to those that I serve. Speak it out loud, calmly, not hyped. Start to believe that as really true. Like how is that? Like internalize it. So you speak it. Let it sink in. That's the first one. The second one, visualization is more powerful than you think. I love this. I think it was from Bob Proctor when I did his session, one of his sessions, his workshops, when he said everything is created twice. First is created in the mind, and then it comes to life. I say first I think about it, and then I real life it. So visualization is more powerful than you think. Before a structure exists, think about it. Before a structure exists, an architect actually has to imagine it in his mind to get it on paper. Before abundance appears, your subconscious must see it. Meaning, moving through all those feelings that say you're not worth it and what if you lose it and all of that. Cancel clear that crap. If you keep visualizing failures and chaos, that's going to be your default GPS. That's what's going to show up. Your subconscious doesn't understand, it only follows directions. So change the map that you give it. What can you do? Close your eyes and walk through what that scene looks like for you. Think about your bank account. And I know you think, okay, Stephanie, this stuff really doesn't work. I was following you, but now I just can't pick up what you're laying down. Just go with me, okay? Just go with me. Close your eyes and walk through what it looks like for you having achieved something that you really work hard for. I'm not saying put a timeline on it. I'm not saying date it. I'm not saying hurry it. I'm just like, what is it going to feel like when you have that? When your inbox is full, when you're making sales, when your team is the way you designed it to be, when you have breathing room in your schedule, when you have the team that's aligned and they're on all cylinders, when your energy ebbs and flows, but it never dips. I want you to see it. I want you to sense it. And one of the things that I do, I can't remember if I've shared this with you before in my routine, is every day I have what I call mental rehearsal as part of my morning routine, where I spend 5 minutes and I actually visualize one financial or one business milestone as already done. And then I think about, okay, well, what would I be doing differently? And what would my day be like? And where I want you to move beyond that is take one small action that aligns with that vision today. For me, I call that my 10x move. I know 10x has different meanings and is you 10x your business, but for me, 10xing my day is when I go through that mental rehearsal and I think, okay, this is what it looks like when I'm operating inside having the members in connected with me in Home Business Academy, or when I have the members in the community, the Introvert Achievers Network, visualizing that success of my consulting clients. So picking one of those and what will I be doing? And then when I decide that, my 10X is, okay, what am I going to do with it? What is one thing that I could do today that aligns with that milestone, that financial goal? Okay. The third one, fear and doubt block your success. Fear is just faith pointed in the wrong direction. Fear is just faith pointed in the wrong direction. And for us, quiet leaders, fear often hides as need to be realistic. I'm being unrealistic. I just need to be realistic. That is a way of fear showing up sometimes for us. It could be, I'm just being really cautious when really, I'm going to call it, we're protecting ourselves from disappointment that we haven't even met yet, that we might not even meet. Joseph Murphy points out that he reminds us that your subconscious mind responds more to emotion than logic. Ooh, Ooh. So if your emotional baseline is fear, that's the signal. That's the bat signal that you're sending out. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a power of love and a strong mind. That's my belief basis. May not be yours, but that's mine. Okay. When I find myself wanting to lean into a fear or one of those that's hiding, oh, I just need to be really cautious. I need to be more realistic. It's fear. So I need to call it out because that is not what I want to amplify. I want to amplify that faith that I am aligned, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and I cannot let fear and doubt stand between me and who I'm supposed to serve. What can you do? What's a practice? What's an application you can do in your quiet time or in your thoughts or when you want to capture that fear? You could say, I choose trust. Breathe it and think. The feeling is a signal, not a sentence. The feeling is a signal, not a destination. And you know, I'm going to tell you to do it. Then do one small act of courage. One small act of courage. Just one. I choose trust. This feeling is a signal. It's not a destination. It's not a sentence. And what is one act that you can do while maybe you're still not sure, but you're not going to let the fear and the doubt stand in your way of what you are called to do? The fourth one that, again, this is not all of the book. This is only me sharing some insights from a part of the book that I thought would be helpful to us introvert entrepreneurs and leaders. Your subconscious is like your favorite playlist. Whatever's on repeat becomes your mood. Whatever was on repeat becomes your habit. Whatever is on repeat becomes that life that you're building. And I know for so many, and we maybe didn't mean for it to be playing, but it plays. I don't know if I could charge that. Nobody wants what I offer. Things never work out for me. I'm really not that much of a leader. No judgment, just awareness. Where it hurts is it's an algorithm. We know about algorithms, right? We got Facebook. They be tricking us all the time, changing their algorithm, not in our favor, in their favor. But it triggers, right? Think about that. It triggers something to happen. When we do those things like, I can't charge that much, or nobody wants what I have to offer, things never work out for me, or I'm not that good of a leader, cancel clear, because that all of that is not true. Cancel clear like stops it, breaks the pattern, allows you to create a different pattern. But when you use that inner algorithm without cutting it, you're feeding the same ads for limitation every day. Here's the good part though. Skip to the good part. Here's the good part. Repetition, though, is also your way to break free from it, and it's also your way to renewal, refreshing. Because what you affirm rewires your reality. It can work for us or against us. What we repeatedly affirm rewires our reality. One thing you can do is choose one affirmation that makes your body exhale instead of being tense. I'm open to consistent, peaceful prosperity. I'm open to it. Repeat it every day in the morning and right before you go to sleep, because your subconscious mind is listening the most right before you go to sleep. Do your best right before you go to sleep not to be scrolling social media, watching crazy crime shows or any of that crap, because I actually have bad dreams when I do that stuff, so I can't do that right before I go to sleep anyway. But give your mind something to ponder on. I'm open to consistent, peaceful prosperity. I'm open to new people coming into my circle that I can serve. I am open to that. That will help you to start rewire and reprogram your mind. It, that wonderful term, you've heard me talk about it before, neuroplasticity. The brain is a marvelous thing for creating what it is that it needs to do to help you bring out what you say you think about. It helps you bring about what you think about. And the fifth one, absolutely one that has made the most impact in my life personally when I'm going through hard times as a leader, as I've been growing my business, as I've navigated different situations and things in life. Because you know what? I'm not going to sit here and say life's all Skittles and rainbows, because sometimes life be lifing and some crazy hard stuff happens. It does. It just does. However, when you can find a place of gratitude. Now, don't turn me off. Don't be thinking, oh, here we go again. There's that gratitude thing. She talks about gratitude. No. In those hard times, gratitude isn't denial that has happened, it's recognition. We acknowledge the good in it. We don't wait till it's over. We don't skip to the good part. We acknowledge the good. And what this does is allow us to expand what we think is possible. If you're constantly saying it's not enough, I don't have enough, you're broadcasting scarcity. Why would you create more of something you don't appreciate? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Be grateful for the idea. If you can't grasp it and you're thinking, Stephanie, you just don't know. If you can't grasp the whole picture, be grateful for the idea that wealth is possible for you. If it was possible for somebody else, it is possible for you. Even that simple shift raises your frequency. So just start with that. That idea that wealth is possible for you. That idea that you're on purpose, called in purpose, walking in your purpose is possible for you. One of the things you can do that you can practice is, before you go to bed, list 3 forms of abundance that you've noticed. Not just money, okay? Money is only one piece of abundance. It's all kinds of ways to look at abundance. There's time, there's peace, there's kindness, there's inspiration, there is family, there is safety. So find at least 3 forms of abundance that you noticed in the day. I would challenge you to say it can't be money. Find other ways. Find 3 other ways that you like, oh, I have an abundance of this. That having good health is abundance. People in your life that really give you energy, that's abundance. I challenge you to not have it be money. The big thing I want to leave you with in this is your subconscious is always listening. And the good part is, it's not necessarily a hustle harder thing. It is work. It is work. You can't sit back and do this and have, oh, it's all going to happen. It is work. However, your subconscious just needs you to believe deeper, to tap into that faith. Lock in on that faith, because success for quiet achievers, we know this. It's not about us being the loudest in the room. It's about aligning our inner voice, our subconscious, with the reality we are ready to live. First in our mind, and then we real life it. Here's something you can do. Stop the negotiation. Get up from the negotiation table with your inner self when it starts thinking about you lowering your standard, or you charge too much, or you're not a good leader, or you don't know how to be a leader, or it won't ever happen for me. Get up from the table. Mentally get up. So thank you for sharing. That is a lie. And start programming your peace and your profit. And it doesn't have to be loud. Wealth starts in the whisper before it shows up in your wallet. before it's real life. It's that conversation that is going on in you that will either stop you or help you move forward. Those are my insights. Some of them. There's more, but I just want to stop with that. There you go. Joseph Murphy, Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Good stuff when it comes to growing rich and how you do that and redefining what rich is. Like I said, it doesn't always have to be money. If this message aligns with who you are as an introverted leader and entrepreneur, I invite you to take a look at my private community, the Introvert Achievers Network, and see if it's a good fit for you. You can join the movement, hang out with us. And maybe you got all the support there you need. And you just like, I just need a little bump up. If you want a simple and powerful app to help you apply what I've shared in this podcast, I shared in the show notes something that you can get that's seriously less than 30 cents a day. That's all I have for now. Tell me in the comments what you got from this, and let me know what you're going to do with what you heard. Enough of the shelf knowledge. Take one of the applications I shared with you, apply it, and see what you get. Till next time. That's it for this episode of the Quiet Impact Podcast. Thank you for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. Let me know any insights that you had from this episode. I would love to hear your takeaways. Remember to head to my website, grab a copy of the Success Pillars for Quiet Achievers. It's a resource I created for you. And join us next week. Thank you for watching, listening, and subscribing. See you next time.